Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. This week I want to talk a little bit about technology. Now, last week I was reviewing the 2022 salary survey in Safety and Health magazine, and one statistic stood out to me. Over 50% of the respondents were over 50 years old. And I'm not sure if that's indicative of the population of safety professionals, but I wouldn't be surprised if half of the safety population, if you want to call it that, half the safety professionals out there are 50 years or older. I wouldn't be surprised for a minute. And one thing that I've really noticed is, and I'm in that category, I'm over 50, so I'm a Gen Xer, and I know that technology is something where we're immigrants. We didn't grow up with smartphones and iPads in our hands. We grew up with a calculator, and Game Boys weren't even invented yet. So we are immigrants to technology, meaning we're having to learn as we go. I know that my kids, from the time they were very young, they had electronics in their hands, and they're just naturally adept to changes in technology. It's amazing how fast things are changing now, and if we're not adapting and keeping up, then we get passed up. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody either not get a job or even lose a job because they're not open to learning and growing and using technology. So some examples would be, I know that out on the construction projects that Procore is a program that many contractors and owners are going to, and everything from safety observations to change orders go through Procore. There are also other types of programs that we're having to use to enter information into. And for years and years, it was a legal pad or a notebook. It was a pen. It might be a telephone, and most of our meetings were face-to-face. That's not the case anymore. We're using different types of cloud-based systems. We're storing our documents in the cloud, not in file cabinets. We're entering notes in operating systems, not on notepads. Things are just changing, and if we're not able to change, then we're going to get passed up by other people. So some really good examples of where I think people struggle would be Microsoft Office programs, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, and Microsoft Outlook for email. Other examples would be, again, programs like Procore and different systems where we're entering our data and then storing things in Dropbox and different types of cloud-based systems. So there are a lot of tutorials out there where somebody just needs to take the initiative. Go to Microsoft Office, follow the tutorials, learn the basics of Microsoft Word and Outlook and Excel. It's all there. The tools are there. They're free. You can do it at your own pace, on your own time. But if you're not learning those things and you're resisting them, it will begin to cause you work, which is a bad reason to not get a job or to lose a job. The other big tip I would add is that there's a free program out there. It's free or paid, depending on which way you go. But it's called Grammarly. And Grammarly is fantastic because it helps you to write punctuation, spelling, grammar, how to write sentences. And you can download that Grammarly app for free. You can attach it to your Microsoft Office suite of programs. So whether you're in Microsoft Word, you're in Excel, you're writing an email in Outlook, it will make suggestions on how to correct your punctuation, how to correct your grammar, and teach us to write again. I know that I'm focused on learning the changes between the 1990s when I was in college and today. A good example would be we were taught two spaces after a period in a sentence, but today it seems that one space is kind of the norm. So, which rule is correct? I think these tools teach us to continue to grow and advance, because if we don't, we get passed up. And again, I don't want anybody not getting a job or losing a job because they can't use these systems, they can't keep up with technology, and they're not willing to do the things to invest in themselves to learn. So let that sink in, share it, and we will see you here next Wednesday.